Welcome back to Tentro Facts, the universe where curiosity rises from the sands of time and facts hit harder than a chariot charging across the desert. Today, we're traveling nearly 5,000 years into the past to uncover the mysteries of ancient Egypt, a civilization so advanced, so strange, and so unbelievably futuristic that even today's scientists in December 2025 still can't explain half of what they built. From pyramids aligned with cosmic precision to medical skills centuries ahead of their era, Egypt wasn't just a kingdom, it was a living machine of innovation, mythology, and raw human genius. So tighten your linen wraps, grab your torch, and step with me into the land of pharaohs, gods, secrets, and ancient mysteries still unfolding today. This is 10 facts about ancient Egypt, and trust me, Trovers, you've never heard them told like this before. Fact number 10, the pyramids were cosmically aligned. The Great Pyramid of Giza isn't just a tomb, it's a mathematical masterpiece. Built over 4,500 years ago, this colossal structure is aligned with the cardinal directions more accurately than most modern buildings. But the real shock. These alignments match the position of Orion's belt, a star constellation linked to the god Osiris. Even more mind-blowing, modern researchers in 2025 confirmed that the pyramid's base is nearly perfectly square, with an error margin so tiny it's closer to machine precision than human hands. How did a Bronze Age civilization achieve this without lasers, satellites, or computers? Some theories say they used shadows and stars, others suggest water leveling, and a few believe they understood geometric principles far more advanced than recorded. One thing is certain, the Egyptians weren't just builders, they were cosmic engineers. Fact number 9, they had written job contracts and workers' strikes. Ancient Egypt wasn't all kings and gods, it also had one of the world's earliest documented labor movements. In 1156 BCE, workers building royal tombs staged what historians now call the first recorded strike in human history. Late payments of grain rations, yes, the ancient equivalent of a salary delay. By 2025, newly translated papyri at the Egyptian Museum revealed even more surprising details. Workers had contracts, scheduled work hours, sick leave exceptions, and even penalties for skipping shifts without cause. These weren't slaves, they were highly skilled artisans with defined rights. Imagine that, 3,000 years before modern labor laws, Egypt was already negotiating workplace fairness. Turns out, even ancient workers knew when it was time to say, enough is enough. Fact number 8, Cleopatra lived closer to the iPhone than to the pyramids. Time is weird, and nothing proves it like Cleopatra. Everyone imagines her walking around while pyramids were being built, but nope. The Great Pyramid was completed around 2560 BCE, while Cleopatra ruled in 51 BCE. That means Cleopatra is closer to you, watching this video in 2025, than she is to the construction of Egypt's greatest monuments. That's a gap of more than 2,400 years. And thanks to new AI-based language reconstruction tools introduced in 2025, historians now know more about Cleopatra's multilingual skills, political maneuvers, and scientific patronage than ever before. She wasn't just beautiful, she was a genius who spoke 9 languages and used diplomacy like a weapon. The real shock. She lived closer to the creation of McDonald's than to the laying of the first pyramid stone. Mind blown. Fact number 7, Egyptians invented door locks and proto-police. Think security systems are modern? Think again. Around 2000 BCE, Egyptians created the first known pin tumbler lock, complete with a working wooden key. These keys were massive, sometimes 30 centimeters long, but they protected grain stores, private homes, and temple treasures. But here's the twist. Recent 2025 research uncovered evidence of an early policing force in Thebes that patrolled streets, guarded markets, and even operated a canine unit. Yes, Egyptians had trained police dogs nearly 4,000 years before modern canine units. They even had a system for stolen goods, with records showing investigations, fines, and property recovery. Turns out, while the rest of the world was figuring out how to farm, Egypt was already figuring out how to keep things from being stolen. Fact number 6, mummies are more advanced than we thought. Mummification wasn't random, it was chemistry, biology, and ritual rolled into one. And in December 2025, a groundbreaking study using hyperspectral imaging revealed that embalmers used antibiotic-like mixtures, plant oils, and advanced resins that prevented bacterial growth. Some of these compounds are so effective that researchers are studying them for modern medical applications. Even crazier, ancient embalmers understood internal anatomy better than many later civilizations. They could remove the brain via the nose, preserve organs separately, and treat the body with compounds that survive thousands of years. To them, death wasn't the end, it was a technical process. A scientific transformation. A journey engineered with precision and holy purpose. Fact number 5, the Library of Alexandria had a "copy before you enter" rule. The legendary Library of Alexandria wasn't just a building, it was the world's first information trap. Every ship entering the harbor was searched for scrolls. If any were found, scribes copied them, placed the copies back on the ship, and kept the originals for the library. New archaeological analysis from 2025 suggests the library may have held up to 700,000 scrolls, covering astronomy, mathematics, physics, medicine, and even early automation concepts. Imagine this, a port city where every traveler unknowingly contributed to a massive knowledge vault, the ancient ancestor of today's internet. The tragedy? Only a fraction survived. But even those fragments reveal just how hungry Egypt was for knowledge. Fact number 4, they had prosthetic toes and functional artificial limbs. Medical papyri from 2025 excavations shockingly revealed that Egyptians created prosthetics thousands of years before modern engineering. The most famous, a perfectly crafted wooden and leather prosthetic toe, so precise that it allowed a woman to walk normally in sandals. This wasn't decoration, it was engineering. Tests show it functioned like a modern prosthetic device, distributing weight and adjusting to natural motion. Fact number 3, hieroglyphs were never meant to be secret. For centuries, people imagined hieroglyphs as mystical symbols hiding cosmic secrets. But in reality, Egyptians wrote them everywhere: temples, stone slabs, pottery, even shopping lists. By 2025, AI-assisted translation uncovered new casual writings, jokes, receipts, love notes, and even ancient memes carved on limestone flakes. Some were basically the Egyptian version of graffiti, workers mocking their supervisors or bragging about their beer-drinking skills. Hieroglyphs weren't just sacred art, they were a living language. A way for people to express humor, love, frustration, and everyday life. It turns out, ancient Egyptians were more relatable and funnier than we ever imagined. Fact number 2, the Nile didn't just feed Egypt, IT programmed it. Without the Nile, Egypt wouldn't exist. But it wasn't just water, it was a calendar, a clock, and a supercomputer for agriculture. Egyptians built their year around the river's cycles: flood, growth, harvest. In 2025, satellite sediment studies showed that ancient engineers redirected floodwaters with canal systems so precisely that they rival some modern irrigation grids. The Nile didn't just shape Egypt's geography, it shaped its religion, economy, and identity. Every flood was a blessing, every drought a divine warning. It was Earth's most powerful source code, and Egypt learned how to read it better than any civilization of its time. Fact number 1, the Sphinx is older than we thought. For centuries, experts debated when the Great Sphinx was carved. But new erosion analysis released in late 2025 suggests the monument might be centuries older than the reign of Pharaoh Khafre. Wind and water patterns on its body point to heavy rainfall erosion, something Egypt only experienced thousands of years earlier. That means the Sphinx may predate the pyramids, possibly built by an earlier, unknown culture that the Egyptians later adopted. Even more mysterious, scanning beneath the Sphinx revealed unmapped chambers and cavities that archaeologists are preparing to explore. Could they hold lost texts, tools, or evidence of a forgotten civilization? The Sphinx isn't just a monument, it's a riddle Egypt left behind for us. And there you have it, Trovers, 10 mind-bending facts about ancient Egypt that prove this civilization wasn't just ahead of its time, it was beyond its time. From cosmic architecture to complex medicine, from labor strikes to advanced prosthetics, Egypt left a blueprint of knowledge that still challenges experts here in December 2025. If you love this journey through sand, stars, science, and secrets, smash that like button like a pharaoh claiming the throne. Subscribe to 10 Trove Facts for more mind-melting discoveries from history, science, tech, and everything strange in between. And remember, the past isn't gone. It's waiting. Buried. Whispering. Every monument is a message, every artifact a puzzle, and every forgotten story a spark waiting to ignite your curiosity. Until next time, keep exploring, keep wondering, and keep unlocking the hidden truths of our extraordinary world. The adventure never ends, not here, not with us, and definitely not with the mysteries humanity has yet to uncover.